Conclusion. Built for pressure, built to last. Pressure will always be part of leadership. If it hasn't arrived yet, it will. If it has passed, it will return. Markets shift, people change, plans break, expectations collide. Leadership doesn't exist in a calm condition. It exists in the space where clarity is tested and decisions carry weight. This book was never about avoiding that reality. It was about preparing for it. Leadership isn't proven by how confident you feel when things are working. It's proven by what holds when they aren't. Pressure reveals habits, not intentions. It exposes whether trust was built or assumed. It shows whether culture was designed or accidental. It makes visible what leaders value when trade-offs are unavoidable. And once pressure reveals these things, there's no going back to not knowing. If there's one truth I've learned through this work, it's this. Control doesn't scale under pressure. People do. You can manage tasks for a while. You can enforce compliance for a season. You can push through with urgency when the stakes are high. But none of that lasts. What lasts is clarity. What lasts is trust. What lasts is people who know how to think, decide, and act when leadership isn't standing next to them. Leadership built for pressure isn't loud. It's grounded. It doesn't rely on fear to move people or urgency to create motion. It relies on preparation, on values practiced daily, systems that support rather than restrict, accountability that builds ownership instead of avoidance. That kind of leadership doesn't crack when things get hard. It holds. This work isn't glamorous. It happens in small moments, in conversations most people never see, in decisions that feel slower than shortcuts, in consistency that doesn't make headlines. But those moments compound. They build cultures that don't panic when plans change, teams that don't fracture under stress, leaders who don't disappear when things get uncomfortable. They build organizations that last. If you've recognized yourself anywhere in these pages, in the tension, the missteps, the habits that you'd like to change, that's not failure, that's awareness. And awareness is the beginning of leadership growth. You don't need to become someone else to lead well under pressure. You need to become more intentional about who you already are and how that shows up when it matters most. You don't have to get this perfect, but you do have to get it practiced. Leadership isn't built in grand moments. It's built in repetition, in choosing clarity over comfort, in developing people instead of managing tasks, in holding values steady when pressure tempts compromise. Those choices aren't dramatic, they're decisive. Pressure will come again. When it does, you'll have a choice. You can revert to control and hope it holds, or you can lead with trust and watch others rise. You can carry everything yourself, or you can build people to carry it with you. You can survive in the moment, or you can build something that lasts beyond it. My role has never been to lead for you. It's been to show you what pressure reveals and what preparation makes possible. The rest is yours. Because leadership built for pressure isn't just about getting through hard moments. It's about building something strong enough to remain when they're over. And that kind of leadership just doesn't endure. It lasts. That concludes this episode of Built for Pressure. Built for Pressure is a copyrighted work by Richard Levene. All rights reserved. This content may not be reproduced, distributed, or repurposed without permission. If this episode resonated, you can find the full framework at richardlevene.com.